Okay, so in my opinion, Tsunade is no longer the most badass or kick-ass busty blonde chick. Samui definitely took that title after this episode. Alright, so this episode was really action-packed, intense, and just like a really good battle. Definitely the best battle in my opinion by far in this war thus far. It kicked the Conqueror fight out the park. It was just really like intense. Strategy was used a lot, and there was just a lot going down with the Darui and Atsui and Samui versus the Gold and Silver Brothers Ginkaku and Kinkaku. Things really went down, and I really enjoyed this episode. I was like, oh man, because when I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, Naruto episode, a little tired, and then I remember, oh, it's the fight, and I jumped on that, and I was like, oh man, it was really worth it. First of all, the action in this episode was just like non-stop. It was like there was bits and pieces of talking, but for the most part, the staging of the fight and everything was done very well paced in my opinion. Everything about it was just really awesome. And the Ginkaku and Kinkaku brothers, I've always appreciated them ever since I read about them in the manga and whatnot. And I just love how they're like, I guess, looked down upon in their village, but for a real legitimate reason, because they're just like scum. They betrayed everybody, and the fact that they nearly killed the second Hokage, they are not to be played with. They staged a coup d'état against I believe it was the second Hokage, and it might have been either the second Raikage or the first Raikage, but either way, oh man, they just are, based off this episode. First of all, they staged a coup d'etat, nearly killed the second Hokage. Not only that, they went up against the Nine Tails, the QB, whatever you want to call him, and survived and beat him up so bad inside of his belly because he swallowed them. Beat him up so bad within his gut that he spit them out. They are not to be played with. These are some epic people. The battle against Darui, I really liked how Darui was holding his own. The other two, not so much. They were, for the most part. I mean, battle-wise, they probably could have compete with the Gold and Silver Brothers, but that gourd is really what, like, I guess helps them a lot because of those taboo words. And I was like, alright, Atsui, you can go, but why Samui gotta go? Because, she's a little bit of eye candy, a little bit of fan service, leave her there. But, whatever, it is what it is. She had to go because I believe she stood quiet too long, which is epic. It wasn't like she messed up in any way that she would have known, because you can't know something like that you gotta stay, you gotta say something every once in a while. So in my opinion, the story cheated her out of like a victory, I guess, in a way, because she just stood quiet for too long. If anything, if she would have known, she most likely would have just kept saying something while fighting, like hum. She could have said something, but nonetheless, she was cheated out of this fight, in my opinion, because she was kicking some a lot of butt, and I was enjoying it. I was like, oh man, screw Tsunade, Samui is the new one, but she got cheated or whatever. But Darui, in my opinion, definitely just proved that he's a badass, because he's going up against these two monsters. These brothers are monsters, and Darui is still holding his own. And he almost got sucked into the gourd, but that whole thing with the words changing and whatnot. I don't know if necessarily, can you really change your most said word in your entire life within a few moments? Not included that he said it before in the past, but he said, like, I apologize to this one, I apologize to that one within a moment, maybe like about, I don't know, 10 times, and maybe that just was enough to turn the tables on his words, but I don't know, it was just a little weird at that time. And nonetheless, this episode really was just kick ass. It was like, oh man, I didn't really even stop to think for a minute, like, oh, usually when an episode is kind of slow, like, I'll start wandering off and thinking, I wonder what's going to happen next week or something, but no, this episode really just had me intrigued all the way. The battle was really solid, and I love the way it ended, because, like, I believe it was Ginkaku that got sucked into the gourd, because the Rui was just kicking butt, took the gourd away from them and everything. And when Kinkaku goes crazy and turns into a form of the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki, I'm like, somebody praise these brothers, please praise them, because they got the Nine-Tails chakra too. Really epic stuff. Love this episode. Definitely recommend you check it out if you've been skipping episodes because it's been like a little slow here or there. This is a really kick-ass episode. If you like Darui, this is one of the most epic things you will see of him thus far, because he just really kicked some butt against these brothers. I like how they focus on mainly them. There was little instances going back and forth with the Raikage and Tsunade, but for the most part, it was the battle, and that's what I was really enjoying. You know, Samui, again, got cheated, but still enjoy that character. I think she surpasses Tsunade as far as kick-ass character. That's just me. And overall, again, solid episode. Want to talk quickly. Ending 22, new ending came out today. I really like that one. I'm debating on whether I like this more or ending 21. I've only listened to it twice so far, but it kind of it has a real nice feel to it. Animation is beautiful, really good stuff. But the song wise, because I really like 21, it had like that classic Naruto, not Naruto, classic Shippuden feel. I guess the earlier opening, shall I say, it had like that, kind of depressing a little bit, and then you see Naruto and Sasuke fighting, but the music for 22 is like a bit upbeat, and I enjoyed it, and it sounds really good. So, yeah, if you haven't checked that out, new ending as well, ending 22. No new opening yet, still got Totsugeki Rock. Still isn't growing on me, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. You ain't gonna like everything, I guess. And yeah, again, awesome episode, really kick ass, a lot of action. You love action, this is for you. You love Darui, this is definitely for you. And if you want some kick ass villains, the Ginkaku and Kinkaku brothers, this is for you. That's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you really think Darui was kicking butt in this episode and it was just all around action packed. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.